So this is PayPal. PayPal, obviously a lot of you guys know, and I'm sure this has been on a lot of people's radar, and I actually believe it offers an interesting setup right now. Now, full transparency, I'm not necessarily long on PayPal here, but it is in a point where it could be starting to make a move here, or at least condensing here a little bit. So right now we've made a tiny little base here, going back to basically the start of August, kind of bumping around between the 6643 and basically the 6925 area. Now today we gapped up a little higher, breaking above that range, but still not really getting a range breakout here. MACD starting to curl up. RSI, you're building a little bit of bull momentum here, building again a bit of a base here, with the weekly chart looking very similar. Like we're starting to round out here before getting a little push higher. I want to highlight basically two different downtrends here to the upside, and it looks better on my daily chart. For some reason it's glitched out on the weekly, but moving up here, I wouldn't really be a confirmed bull on PayPal until we break over this trend line here. Now you also have this dark blue line on my chart, which is a 200 MA here, which is going to act as a very obvious resistance point on the daily chart, as you could even see here as I zoom out. So I'm personally looking for one of two things. One, to chase the long, and I say chase very carefully, on the 200 MA break and over the downtrend with a confirmed close over the downtrend. In this case, again, judging on a few days here, it would have to be over one of my LOIs here, which are my price targets on the side here. Or establishing a long down here in around the 66, low $66 area, where it's served as a decent area of support, putting in a stop around the 65.24 area, which gives you good risk to reward. Because if that breaks, you can establish a new long down here if you really love it, because basically you had like an inverse head and shoulder here before it attempted a rally. So this general area, the 63.25, should act as a decent support. So getting long down here at 66 with a tight stop here for you're risking about $1 is pretty solid. Now, again, the other scenario is if we push higher here, break the downtrend, back test the downtrend, that would be the second point in time I'd actually look for a long in PayPal. I would not look for a short on this name. I believe that this name is going to push higher. PayPal obviously has some exposure to crypto as well. So as long as the crypto market's looking pretty frothy, PayPal could also have an added little bull tailwind to how it's set up right now. You're above all your EMAs and your MAs on the daily chart with the exception of the 200 MA. And like I mentioned briefly, the weekly is starting to round out here. I also want to highlight the 200 MA on the weekly, which is coming down. It's above those trend lines, but it's starting to come down quite a bit too. So you want to see if there's any interaction there. Essentially, once this breaks over around the $80 area, you're going to push bullish on a lot of time frames, like quite a lot of time frames here. If you want to use a one key level, 92.62. Key resistance here on the monthly, breaking above that puts you above essentially everything. You would have broken a red SAR on the monthly. It is a solid trade above that 92.62 area on the monthly. So that's for you long-term investors. But looking more short-term, right, I believe the opportunity could present itself in two different ways. Down here at the 66 area with a tight stop, or back testing the downtrend breakout on PayPal.